So very informal introduction, Heather, but thank you so much for joining me and also for agreeing to be with us here on Monday.
Of course. Yeah. Thanks for inviting me. And also hello chat. Hello everybody who's watching. I'm seeing some familiar names in chat. So it's good to see everybody.
Yeah, you've clearly got a lot of supporters, and I should say anyone listen to this on the podcast back. We are both Twitch streamers, so we will accidentally refer to chat several times.
Yeah, we will do our best to ignore chat, but no promises.
Yeah, that's it. That is just the nature of the beast. So, yeah. Heather, thank you so much for joining us and for joining us on this sort of slightly rearranged date due to my health condition and everything. So, for anyone that's not aware, just maybe like in a short couple of lines, do you want to tell us who you are, where you're from, and yeah, what you do over on Twitch?
Sure. Yeah. So I am, my name's Heather, otherwise known as ArchaeoPlays. I am an archaeologist. I have a PhD in archaeology. Well, yeah, I have multiple degrees, one PhD, a couple of masters in archaeology. So I've been doing archaeology for a while. And I use YouTube and Twitch, basically Minecraft, to teach people about archaeology, to make the past a little bit more accessible to people, and to try and kind of communicate using the medium of Minecraft, which is something that we often forget is potentially like an actual medium that you can communicate with. So that's what I do in YouTube, but also on Twitch. I do also have a little bit more variety to what I do. I sometimes do co-working streams, or I've started doing co-working streams on Tuesdays. I won't be doing one tomorrow because we're doing this stream tonight. So I'm going to take tomorrow off. But I do that. And then on Wednesdays, I play Stardew Valley with a Minecraft friend of mine who has never played Stardew Valley before. And I've played like way too much of it. So that's a fun time as well.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, and it's just as somebody that as a kid wanted to be an archaeologist, it's like when I was listening to you on the podcast, it was just, well, maybe we should probably name it. What was the name of the podcast?
It's the Spawn Chunks. Yeah, with Pixel Riffs and Joel Duggan. It's a very well known Minecraft podcast. And I've actually, this was my second appearance on it. I was actually on the podcast in September of 2022. Because I had asked Pixel Riffs to collaborate on something earlier, and he said yes. And then they invited me on the podcast, and then we talked about the archaeology update in Minecraft if it were ever to come to fruition. Because this was September, and we didn't know that it was coming to Minecraft, and then they announced that it was in like February of last year, so roughly a year ago. And then I was just on over the holidays, basically, to talk about how the archaeology update looks and what I think about it as an archaeologist. Because the last time we talked about it, we didn't even know it was coming to Minecraft anytime soon. So and now it's here, and it's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, it's absolute joy listening to that, because I listened to that podcast religiously for one reason. That's because I'm so terrible. I've got so many knowledge gaps in Minecraft. So for anyone that's new here or listening to this for the first time and don't understand what we do over on Twitch, like, we try to create a low bar on purpose. You know, we want people that maybe had bad experiences with like WoW raiding and stuff like that, where because their disability or long-term health condition means that it's just not compatible and they see the bad side of the internet. We try to create this like low bar that anyone feels welcome, then come and play it. And I feel like if I play games I'm good at or I know really well, and I play lots of like strategy games in my spare time, then that's probably not going to make people feel welcome. So we intentionally play these games.
You're intentionally playing games you're not as good at.
So constantly, lots of people see in chat tonight like scream at me through stream, like in a good, encouraging way, because, you know, I still don't know how to get to the end, and I still don't really know what I'm doing in the Nether, and I still all these things.
Yeah.
I hope by doing that just kind of makes it a bit more relaxing, and that people will feel a bit more likely to want to join in, you know?
Yeah. Well, and in your defense, Minecraft keeps changing. So even if you had a handle on it, it's like, oh, now there's another major update. Oh, wait, now another one. They do one every year. So, you know, it's a very different game to what it was like 2 or 3 years ago. When I was like really struggling with chronic illness and just in a lot of pain, I was doing a lot of gaming. But there was also like there's all that process that you go through of like the stages of grief, of mourning the possibilities of what could have been, kind of thing.
Yeah.
There was a lot of bargaining. I did a lot of bargaining. I was there for a while, and eventually realized that like even a part-time teaching position at a university isn't something that I can do, because I can't say yes, I'm available at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. Like that, I don't know. I can't guarantee that. So there was a point at which I was in that kind of depressive spiral and really struggling. And then I kept thinking about YouTube, and I had watched a lot of Minecraft while I was stuck waiting for surgery. And I kept thinking about Minecraft as, gaming YouTube kind of as a possibility. And then I realized, obviously, with Minecraft, you can build whatever you want. So I started building. I had this idea of like building the pyramid at Chichen Itza in a Minecraft video and talking about why the pyramid at Chichen Itza is interesting archaeologically. And that's the first Minecraft video I published. And I remember like sitting down when I first published that video, and I was like, okay, if in like 10 years, this channel is like for monetization, like for measurable goals, if this channel brings in like £50 a month in 10 years, that will be enough. Like that was the highest that I dared to dream.
Yeah.
And it's been doing that for over a year now. It's kind of wild. But yeah,
but it should do, because your skill, for anyone that hasn't gone and seen the ArchaeoPlays chat, go check out Heather's channel, because the skill and the commitment, and also the way you deliver the videos as well, like, with the top down and the way it's all sped up to see the build. As somebody that has failed massively with YouTube because I don't have the patience for the editing, and I love the conversations.
Say that on your YouTube channel, dude.
Yeah, I just, what you see is what you get with me. But it's just like, so I do the conversation stuff, we do the recordings, we do the Twitch streams, I do the podcast stuff. But when it comes to actually getting the nuggets and putting it into something that I know could do so much better, I have had somebody kindly in the community come forward and offer to do the editing for me, because we know that we're not reaching our potential.
Editing takes so much time.
So when I see those videos of your builds, I have nothing but admiration, because I know what's involved to get them to that point.
I'm about to release a mini series. It might be this week, it might be next week. It's probably going to be next week. There's been enough flare action happening. It's probably going to be next week. But it's a whole mini series. It's 5 episodes all about bricks and brickworks. So episode 1 is mud bricks, where mud bricks come from, how you make mud bricks, how you build a factory that makes mud bricks in Minecraft. And episode 2 is fired bricks. Episode 3 is chemically set bricks, like concrete bricks. Like, it's a lot about bricks. Bricks are really interesting. I wasn't expecting them to be super boring, but I was like, what? What do you mean? Like, mud bricks, there's so much work being done in making mud bricks even more sustainable than they already are. Like, you can put plastics into mud bricks and they'll do the same thing as straw, but they do it better. They make it actually stronger. And like, there's a lot of stuff. So anyway, you have that to look forward to. There'll be a video a week for like 5 weeks straight.
And the level of detail bricks you go into is already, for those that are watching us live, we will be co-streaming on Thursday, I believe it is, on Minecraft. Can you now see, for my regulars, how terrible I am at the game, why I'm getting like night terrors over this? Because like I'm going in and I don't even know how to make a certain block, and there's you unpicking and linking to the past every single element of the game. I'm so screwed on Thursday.
I continually end up having to build things in Minecraft that I'm like, I didn't think I was ever going to build this in Minecraft. So one of them was explaining archaeological geophysical survey in Minecraft. Obviously, we don't have the pieces in Minecraft to do that, so I made do with hanging signs when they first came out, and I also put a screaming goat in a minecart and used that as sonar. Which was a lot of fun. But yeah, and then this one, there's a thing called a pug mill, which is basically a machine that like spits out the clay in the right measurements for a brick, and then you kind of push it through a wall of wires. I had to figure out how to build that kind of machine, like I'd never seen that before starting research for this video. And then I was like, how do I build this in Minecraft? Like, I don't know. So yeah, there's a certain amount of me waffling around that gets cut from the video.
Meanwhile, I'm proud when I build a house that doesn't look like it's got an emoji face on the front of the windows and the door.
That is an accomplishment. It's hard to build a house that doesn't look like it has a face on it, because
I spent a year figuring that out in the game.
Yeah, and it's hard to do. So yeah.
So obviously with like Minecraft, the archaeological sort of links are obvious, and you can then drill back. And we've heard you tonight already, you know, how well spoken you are on that and how passionate you are on that. Was there like other elements of like Minecraft where that, I don't know, like in terms of, I play it for escapism because I can kind of be someone else and disappear into a different world. Does that apply to you with Minecraft, or is it purely just 100%. Because of the links?
No. There's a lot of escapism. A lot of the time when I'm like, if I've had to cancel a stream, I'm usually playing Minecraft, or I'm playing like some other game that I just find easy to do when I've got brain fog and I can't think straight. And I've, that chronic illness. This is another thing. If you don't have a chronic illness, you may not be aware of this, but for everyone who has a chronic illness, you have that moment where you hit the wall. And with chronic illness, it's not a question of if you're going to hit the wall that day. It's a question of when. And it might happen at 8:15 in the morning. It might happen at 5:32 at night. You never know. And it could, like, you could wake up feeling fine, and then half an hour later, you're like, no, I'm done. I should not be doing anything of any consequence right now. So yeah, those moments, I absolutely turn to Minecraft. So I play a lot of modded Minecraft when it's like kind of on my free time, because I don't do modded stuff really for my content creation. I have some texture differences and such, but I don't generally do like the content mods that Minecraft can have. So I have such a special place in my heart for Sky Factory 4. It is such a good mod pack, and particularly like Sky Factory 4 in general, but especially Sky Factory 4, the version that's called Compact Sky. It's a map where you start in like a compact machine. It's a 3x3 box, and then you eventually get slightly bigger boxes. And the nice thing about it is that mobs don't spawn in that map because they can't spawn inside the boxes. So you're safe until you create like a little mob farm thing. And then, okay, if I go over here, then I'm not safe. But otherwise, if I'm outside of that particular box, it doesn't matter. I'm perfectly fine. And I also play with keep inventory on in Minecraft, unless I'm on somebody else's server, because chronic illness is difficult enough. You don't need the added difficulty of losing all the stuff that you just spent 2 hours collecting in Minecraft.
That's a topic we've discussed at length with our SMPs about the pros and cons.
Yeah, I do keep inventory. Sometimes I'll have keep inventory, but if I perish, I'll be like, okay, I have to get rid of like 3 items or something. So that it's not the whole thing, and I don't lose like my weapons or my armor or something, but maybe I lose a stack of seeds that I was carrying that I really wanted or something. Sometimes I'll do that. Most of the time I just play with keep inventory, because again, there's 7 chronic illnesses. There's enough that I'm dealing with. I don't need Minecraft to kick me while I'm down. And Minecraft is very good sometimes at kicking you while you're down.
Yep.
So yeah. So Minecraft is very much, there's a lot about escapism for me. And there's also a lot about being kind of, this is related, I promise, or at least it's related in my head. One of the things in archaeology that's difficult is that we, in my maybe not so humble opinion, we have a bit of a communication problem. And it's not that we don't want to talk about archaeology. It's that when people who aren't archaeologists try to talk to archaeologists about archaeology, there can be this tendency from archaeology to be like, oh, you don't know this thing, but it's like all over the field. How could you not know this thing? And it's like, well, where did you put it? Like, where's the publicly accessible journal article where this was published? Where's the book that this is in? And sometimes there are sources like that are publicly available, but a lot of the time there isn't necessarily, and it's easy as an academic. And I say this as an archaeology problem. It's a problem in all academic spaces. I'm just familiar with the archaeology one. But yeah, the sort of idea that people who, for example, who don't know that the pyramids weren't built by slaves, that they're somehow disillusioned or whatever. It's like, well, where is the publicly facing, information that says that in a way that's accessible to people, that isn't necessarily just in a museum display? I'm all for museum displays, but people who self-select to go to museums, we don't need to attract them to archaeology and the past. They're already there.
Yeah.
People who aren't self-selecting to go into museums, those are the people we kind of want to reach. And we're not going to reach them by putting up another museum display. Bottom line, I've worked in a lot of museums. A lot of them are doing really cool, really innovating things and bringing in new audiences that way by going untraditional, museum display routes. And I think that's phenomenal. But there are a large number of people who just will not go to a museum, just point blank in general. So if I can sit here playing Minecraft and be like, hey, here's discussion about ancient Egyptian pyramids, let's go on a deep dive, that's potentially reaching people who wouldn't have access to that information otherwise, or wouldn't be able to know where to look for that information. And hopefully it's delivered in an interesting way, because otherwise that defeats the purpose. But
no, it really is. I love that, and I think that's why I was jumping up and down like an excited school kid when I stumbled upon you and what you were doing. When I started telling my wife, like, they play Minecraft, they got chronic illnesses, they tried to do it in a way which reaches people, like, because obviously everything that I do regarding advocacy is about trying to, the whole reason I do this on YouTube, then it goes into a podcast, then I go onto Twitch and play games. It's all about that, trying to meet people where they are and trying to support people in a place that they're already residing. So when I see what you're doing with the archaeology and the Minecraft stuff in that format and merging those two things together, I just think it's really unique, and you do it brilliantly, and in a way that's really like watchable as well, and let alone the skill in the game as well. I think that gets overlooked because your knowledge is so great.
Well, you haven't seen any PvE or PvP yet. Don't. I mean, I'm decent at building. I am not good at PvP.
I've got no interest in PvP in Minecraft. There's so many games you can play.
At fighting anything in Minecraft. So there are places where I'm very much not skilled. But yeah, and the other connected to that, particularly from a point of activism and visibility, when I was trying to figure out, I could do a YouTube channel, but I've got so many chronic illnesses, is that even going to work? There is a well-known disabled content creator in the Minecraft universe. He goes by Good Times with Scar. And he has, I don't know that he's necessarily said exactly what it is. I'm not entirely sure they know, but he has a muscular condition where basically his muscles do not work. And so he's a wheelchair user. He has a feeding tube, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And he is a very popular Minecraft content creator, and he does amazing stuff in the Minecraft sphere. And so seeing him be as open as he was about his situation helped me feel like I could do that too. And so part of it is just getting that reassurance from him, but also, knowing how much that meant to me. If I can provide that for other people, then I absolutely want to do that.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And I love that everybody's inspired by somebody else, aren't they? This is a big, like, journey. Like, I had somebody sort of like congratulate me on a piece of work the other day. I was like, no, literally, you've been doing this 20 years before me. I'm standing on your shoulders.
What do you mean you're thanking me?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you show me the way. Like, literally, I'm just, you held my hand through it. Like, it's just, I love that. I love that there's always somebody else. I'll go check them out after this, because I'm really bad with Twitch. I'm so conscious of, like, I'm on Twitch not because I'm good at computer games. I'm the opposite. I'm uncomfortable in front of camera. I'm getting better at it, but I was very uncomfortable when I started all of this. I'm there because as an advocate, I felt like nobody was doing it. There was no charities doing it. There was no one raising awareness in that space. Things have really come on in the last 2 or 3 years, especially around like sort of minorities and things like that. But at the time, I felt like it was just this need and nobody else was doing it, so I thought I'd give it a go. So I think that's kind of kept me in a bit of a box. Like, the thought of seeing what you're doing just terrifies me and makes me feel really like okay, no one's going to watch this because I'm terrible. So I'm trying to push past that and get a bit more sociable, which I guess is what brings us on to what we're going to be doing later on in the week. So what's your Twitch channel for anyone who wants to watch you on
my Twitch channel? I'm at ArchaeoPlays on every social media you can find me. You will find me on Twitter. I don't exist. Like, I have the account. I don't do anything with it on Twitter anymore. There is so much wrong with that site, and I care more about that than I do about my social media, small business stuff. So you'll find me there, but I won't do anything. So the best places to find me are on Twitch or YouTube. I'm ArchaeoPlays on both of those. And I do have a Discord, actually, that people are welcome to join. You don't have to be subscribed or anything. That I think there's going to be links in places, I think.
I'll put links. If you send me anything you want included, I'll chuck it into the video and the podcast. But if any of your regulars are watching this in chat, you're absolutely free to put a link in chat. That we're not precious about that as well.
And then what are other places? I exist on like Blue Sky and Facebook and Instagram, sort of. Sometimes.
It's chronic illness, isn't it? We only have so much energy to spread around.
The thing with social media is that there's so many of them, and it's like, and then with Twitter going the way it did, it's like, Twitter was useful for this though, and now everybody's scattered. And so
Twitter was my link to the medical community, and then I had to quickly scramble to set up a LinkedIn account, and I hate LinkedIn, but it has now, it seems like everybody's
disability Twitter has scattered, and it's very sad, because that's like, for disabled people, obviously that's like one of our biggest links to other people. And so there is a degree of that on Blue Sky, but also not. We could go on a long
if you send me a list of what you want to be included, I'll chuck all that in the in the description when the edited video goes up. We've gone way over time. I hope you haven't you minded.
Sorry, everybody.
No. I'm more concerned about your time on a Monday evening.
I'm fine. I'm not streaming tomorrow on purpose.
Okay, you sound like me. It's like I had my son's birthday the other weekend, so I'm not doing the Chronic Pain Club the next day. My wife's like, that's like Sunday evening. Dylan's birthday on Saturday. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to be ready for that, even though it's 24 hours. I just know. So I'm glad you planned ahead. But thank you so much for sharing that. I really appreciate it. And so for anyone that's watching on Thursday, 7:00, so regular viewers in chat who are watching us live will be able to see me on the usual Twitch channel. Archaeo's viewers will be able to watch on their channel, and we'll do a Discord voice chat or something, so you can hear us sort of conversing and enjoy having my community laugh at my expense, because I'm terrified. It's the first time I've done anything collaboratively on Twitch. I've done 10-hour streams and all this sort of stuff, but I've not done the joined up stuff. So go easy on me.
There's always a little bit of Twitch being twitchy, so it's fine. Blame it on Twitch. That's the secret. When something goes wrong, blame it on Twitch.
Well, I must admit, I thought there was something wrong. But I didn't realise. I'd never seen the co-working streams before, and I joined one of your streams the other day, not realising I was right in the middle of the timer.
I felt really badly because you came in and said hello, and I'm like, I shouldn't. I can't do that every time. I did say hello, but you may have. I know you were on a coffee break at the time, so you would have missed it. I was like, oh no, I'm so sorry. Sorry about that.
I'm a terrible viewer on Twitch, because I jump in on my coffee break. I'm there for like 20 minutes, then I'm gone again, and it happens a while.
I almost never chat. I mean, I do chat on Twitch, but like I'll chat for all of like 5 minutes. People who are regulars around the spheres that I'm in who are in chat, they can confirm that I jump in, I chat for about 5 to 10 minutes maybe, and then I lurk. I'm doing something else while watching. So
it makes you really grateful for the ones that do turn up week in, week out and chat for 2 or 3 hours, because I'm terrible at it. I'm absolutely I'm no good example, and yet they do it every week.
Very grateful to viewers who chat, very grateful to viewers who lurk. Twitch would not be what it is without all of you. We would not be doing what we do without all of you. So thank you very much for supporting what we do.
And it is noticed as well. I think sometimes people who lurk think maybe, if people don't want to chat, they've all got their own reasons. And sometimes we don't. So I'll always try on every stream say thank you in some capacity. But it is always noticed. I see the same names. Sometimes you got people that subscribe and they never say a word, but they still subscribe and support you. And I just think that's an amazing thing because
we recognize names.
Yeah, we really do. We really do.
Recognize.
I hope people have enjoyed that, guys. Obviously, a bit of a different format tonight where we've done the usual interview bit and then we've talked off topic, but I've really enjoyed it. Heather, thank you for giving up so much of your time. I think what I'm probably going to do with this is when this makes it into the podcast, we'll always two-part it. So if there's people...
Yeah, feel free. Sorry, I should have warned you that I talk a lot.
No, I've loved it. I loved it. And it's almost made me think that we should be doing this more. Like, this is my chronic illness, this is how it affects me. This is all the other stuff I do. It gives that picture of I think it gives a much better perspective of what people are living with, and when you see your videos and the quality of those videos, and guys, if you haven't found them, if someone could put a link by the way in chat for me, because if I've got a really noisy keyboard I don't want to be typing forever. But if anyone hasn't checked them out, please go and check out Heather's videos. Like when you see the quality of those, knowing that what you've just told us, I think it just puts stuff into such a better perspective. I've really enjoyed like Nia says, that's change your pace, definitely change your pace. I've enjoyed it a lot. I'm going to let you go now. I think you've already told us where to find you. Is there anything else you want to leave the audience with before we say goodbye?
I guess just in general PSA to chronically ill folks. I know you probably hear it a lot, but it helps to hear it again. You are doing fine. You're doing the best that you can. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not doing well. If they are not themselves chronically ill, you're doing fine, and you're doing the best that you can, and try not to judge yourself too harshly. Tell your brain to shut it.
I love that. That's absolutely brilliant advice. I think that's a perfect place to end it. Heather, thank you so much for joining us and giving up your Monday evening. Thank you for accommodating me when the dates changed and my health let us down.
Thank you for having me.
And I look very much forward to seeing you on Thursday. Look forward. With anxiety, I look forward to playing Minecraft with you on Thursday.
We'll go into creative mode and you can show me how to build an emoji house.
Yeah, okay, I have moved on a little bit, but I was very proud of the windmill I built once, and now all my community, my community says I googled it, but I didn't. I did it from scratch. But that for as long as I live now,
like moving from house to windmill, that's a step.
So who knows? Next year I might know what all the blocks do and everything, and be a proper pro.
Yeah. And then they'll change it again. So
yeah, that's it. And not tell anyone really. Yeah. Thank you so much for giving up your time, Heather. I really look forward to catching up with you again on Thursday. This has been fabulous, and enjoy the rest of your week until then.